In this video, I am going to give you the full details of how I got started from zero and become a successful virtual assistant. I am going to share with you what made me start my virtual assistant journey, the level of opportunities that I had when I got started, and the complete process that I followed to become a successful virtual assistant, so that by the end of this video, a lot of the process that I followed can be easy for you also to replicate. So to start from the beginning, I started my virtual assistant career in 2019, or I actually started as a freelancer, not a virtual assistant, in 2019. And what made me start my freelancing career at that time is I was just looking for a way to start making money online. I had a full-time job that was paying me around 45,000 naira per month, and it was really tough. A 45,000 naira per month salary, I have myself and my family to take care of. So I had to find a way to make some extra income. And since I already have a full-time job, I cannot get another full-time job. I need a side hustle. And that is when I started searching for how to make money online. At that time, I just want to find a way that I can start making some extra income online, since I have access to computer in the office and I do have some free time in the office. My idea at that time is if I find some side hustle, I can go to the office early and work on it, and after the closing time 5 p.m. I can spend 1 or 2 more hours working on the side hustle, and whenever I have some free time in the office I can work on it instead of wasting the time. If I can find a way to make some extra income, that will be great. And that is what made me started. I started searching for how to make money online on YouTube and Google, started going through all the recommendations that you find, and I tried a lot of things. I tried blogging, affiliate marketing, content creation, a lot of things, and nothing works until I find freelancing. And when I find freelancing, I didn't even know about virtual assistants. I don't think I even ever had the word virtual assistants. So when I find freelancing, I thought at first it is going to be something really, really complicated. Maybe I need to have some high level of skills in some things. But the thing about me is I am always willing to learn. So when I find freelancing, I figured it's something that works. When I went through the process of how freelancing works, I have a skill to do something for a client. I find a client, I do the work for them, and they pay me. So I started thinking of what kind of skills do I have, or what kind of skills can I learn. At that time, I already tried blogging. I tried many other things. So in the process of trying other things, I built a website for myself to post some blog articles, and that didn't work. So I abandoned the website. But you see, even though I abandoned the website, I learned how to build a website, even though at that time the website isn't that good. So when I remember this, I thought, okay, since I already learned how to build a website for myself, maybe I can learn to become a WordPress web designer. And that is exactly what I did. I go to YouTube and start watching tutorials, web design tutorials. And I created my account on freelancer.com at that time, and I started offering WordPress web design services. That is how I got started my career as a freelancer in 2019. But at that time when I got started, I had so many challenges. For a start, I really had very poor level of skills. Yes, I can build some website, but the websites I can build are way too amateur website. No business is going to accept a kind of website that I can build at that time. And so I started looking for people on freelancer.com that have the lowest budget, because at that time my mindset was, if I find people with the lowest budget, they cannot afford to hire a professional. So they are going to have to stick with me. And that is what I did. I found some people, few people, I built website for them. 2 people, I built the website complete, and other people, I made way so many mistakes. The website wasn't built correctly and stuff like that. And I end up with a profile that has 50% job completion rate and 50% bad client review. So I had to abandon the profile and started on Fiverr. And when I started on Fiverr, even before I started on Fiverr, I had way too many challenges at that time. When I started, the first time I started in 2019 freelancing on freelancer.com, I don't even have a personal computer. I was using my office computer to do it. But after I decided I'm going to go all in, this is going to work, I did buy a second-hand computer, not a new one. The computer was very slow. It was very challenging to work with it. It was very small. It can only run on Windows 8. There were too many challenges. And that's what I had access to. And this is something I'm actually proud of. I always just try to use what I have. The computer was very slow. I don't even know how I managed to work with it now, but it works. I build websites with it. When I moved to Fiverr, I created my new account. I got started again as a freelance WordPress web designer. But when I started as a freelance web designer, I couldn't find a client on Fiverr. Even though I was trying my best, doing all I can, I couldn't find a client. Then I figure out the main reason why I couldn't find a client. The main reason is high level of competition. On Fiverr at that time, there is buyer request. Buyers will post a request and freelancers can send a proposal. And what happens is, when I send a proposal to potential client for a WordPress web design project, immediately within an hour or two, I will see 40, 50 proposals, other proposals. And I decided I need to find a way to reduce the level of competition. And what I did at that time is I move away from WordPress web design. Instead, I started offering WordPress landing page design. And that is when I was able to find my first client on Fiverr as a WordPress landing page designer. If you are building a website, then someone will just buy a domain name and hosting. You install WordPress, you create pages like homepage, about us, contact us, you install plugins. You do all of this is a big package. But if you are doing only landing page design, then you are creating landing pages for people who already have a website. They already have a website. Maybe they have a new offer that they want to promote. They need a landing page for it, so they find a landing page designer. It's not as expensive as building a website because it's not as much work, but there is way less level of competition compared to WordPress web design. And I was able to find my first client on Fiverr, work with them, gain my first few 5-star reviews, but then Fiverr shut down my account. I couldn't get it back. I had to restart again. But at that time, I had a lot more experience. I have more experience building landing pages, and I have more experience looking for clients. So I created a new account on Fiverr, and I also created an account on Upwork. And at that time, I have more experience of freelancing in general. So I have a personal website. Since I don't have many sample work that I can share with potential client, I just go to my own website. I create landing pages. I think I created around 6 or 8 landing pages. I did my best. What I did really, I just go to behance.net and I found really great, amazing looking landing pages, and I try my best to copy the best landing pages I can find on Behance. I created them on my own personal website. So it's my own work sample, and I have all dummy content on the pages, but the pages look great. And I save the links to them as my work sample, and I save a screenshot of the landing pages. And when I am sending a proposal to potential client, I include links to the landing pages I created on my own personal website. So when a potential client, I send you a proposal, you click the link and you view the landing page I created and it is on my own website, then you don't have much doubt. You know that I built the landing page. And that helped me find more clients, and really almost immediately I found a few clients, and my career as a freelancer really got started at that time. And after I found some clients, I built some landing pages, I had some few 5-star reviews. I was confident in my ability to build web pages to become a freelancer in general. But there is a problem. I don't want to deal with the anxiety of finding a client, because if I build a landing page for someone today, they pay me, they go their way, I went my way, I have to find a new client. So almost every week I have to find a new client. And that is a big challenge for me. I will always have an anxiety of, what if I couldn't find a client for a month? Then I won't have any money for a month. And that is a problem. And I stumbled upon virtual assistants, because at that time I wanted to buy something and I couldn't use my Naira card, so I was looking for a way. Then I figure out I can pay a virtual assistant on the platform the entire money and they buy the item that I want for me. And that is the first time I really even know about virtual assistants. And I researched a little bit about it, and I got interested in virtual assistants almost immediately, because I figured the main challenge I have with freelancing is working with different clients all the time. Whenever you have a new client, you are worried that, are they going to be good? Are they going to give me 1-star review? And I have to find new client. What if I couldn't find a client? This anxiety, I won't have to deal with it if I am a virtual assistant. I can find a few clients and I can work with them for years without needing to find a new client. And if they are already good, I know they are good client, I don't have the anxiety of them leaving me a 1-star review. And that is exactly what I did. I transitioned to virtual assistants because you see, I have been working as an administrative assistant and later administration officer since 2019. So for about 2 years, I have been an administrative officer. And I have a lot of experience in all the administrative things. So I can be a virtual assistant. And in addition to that, I am confident in my ability to learn. So I know even if I don't know how to do something, I can just go to YouTube, find tutorials and learn. And that is how I got started as a virtual assistant. I started looking for virtual assistant client. And it was challenging at first because I find clients, they have some issues. I have to find a new client, I find another issue with them, I had to find another one. But eventually I found one great client that I really, really like working for them. And they take around 25 hours of my time at that time. So I only needed one more client, but I ended up getting 3 clients. And ever since, I consistently work with 3 clients. If for whatever reason I want to stop working with one client, then I just find another client and replace him. So I consistently work with 3 clients who take up all the time that I am willing to sell, and I have a consistent income. And after a few years working as a virtual assistant, I was making way more money than my full-time job can afford to pay me. Like in 1 week, I am making more than my full-time job pay me in a month. So I just quit my full-time job and become a full-time virtual assistant. And when I quit my job as my full-time job and become a full-time virtual assistant, then I have more free time. And I use my free time to start doing other things, to start focusing more on content creation and learning about other online entrepreneurship ideas. So the key things I want you to remember is when I got started, I had very limited resources and I had very limited skills, and I made way too many mistakes in the beginning. And that doesn't stop me from succeeding. So this is something that is very important to put in your mind. If you are just getting started, you are going to make mistakes and you probably have limited resources and it will probably take a lot of time. So that is normal. I went through that, but because I never gave up, everything went away. Because I never gave up, I learned, I improved my skills. And because I never gave up, I learned how to find a client. Because I never gave up, my skills improved. Because I never gave up, I have the resources that I need to simplify my work. So this is also something that is really going to help you. If you go through my journey, from when I got started to where I am right now, I am going to credit a lot to just not giving up and trying my best doing everything I can. And that is really all you need to do also. You see, there is nothing that is out of the ordinary in my journey completely from when I got started to here. Everyone can follow this process. Everyone can implement what I implemented. And of course, not everything works for everyone. But if everyone keeps trying, eventually you will find what works for you. And the main thing that is going to really stop you from succeeding is giving up. If you give up, there is no way you can succeed. And it's normal, I will tell you this, to feel the need to give up, to want to give up. There were a lot of times when I just wanted to give up. I wanted to give up the idea of freelancing virtual assistant and just accept the fact that I just cannot do it. I'm glad I didn't. And if you want to learn more about how you can stay motivated, even if nothing works, nothing is working, you can watch this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.